guys? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. My name is Annie. I welcome you to come into these tarot readings with an open heart, an open mind, and a desire to better yourself. This is optional advice or guidance meant to motivate you, empower you, inspire you, and offer you confirmations on things that you are already thinking and feeling and sensing. If you don't resonate with the material that comes through, please push those messages aside. They may resonate for you at a later date, and they may not. Have faith it's going out to someone who needs to hear it, even if it is not you. Use your logic, your discretion, your discernment. Separate what is meant for you and what is not. I come at this with love and positivity, so please take that away here today. You are responsible for all your own actions and decisions. Let's try and have some fun. To get you some insightful messages, check out that box below for the decks I use, how to contact me for a personal, as well as my social media links. Welcome to the tea party. Let's read your tarot cards. Hello, beautiful Libra people. Welcome to your mid-month December tarot reading here at the Intuitive Teacup. We're going to do it a little bit differently. I have already pre-shuffled all your cards off camera. They are here on the table, ready to be read, so let's hop in and do it. So first card out the deck is the Three of Pentacles. I am using Harley Spencer Tarot or Badass Tarot. It's a little bit wacky, but it actually has some really good messages. So Three of Pentacles, that is building. Sometimes that is teamwork. Crossing it or sort of influencing this is Seven of Cups. I really dig this card. I think it's cool. Seven of Cups talks about some sort of emotional uncertainty. Here's what I get. I apologize. I was just making my phone was on silent. I wasn't like texting my friend while I'm reading your tarot cards. I wanted to make sure the volume was off. Sorry. Anyway, Seven of Cups can talk about emotional confusion or illusion, disillusion, that sort of thing. Immediately when I kind of look at this spread, what I see is that a lot of my Libras have finally been liberated from an unhealthy, possibly a toxic, possibly just an unsatisfying relationship where it feels like there was a sense of illusion or a sense of confusion about where your person stood. And in a very true Libra fashion, which is all about that Venus energy, that love, that partnership, I do feel like, and I don't say this to make you feel bad, you stayed in this relationship for a long time because I think you really liked how it looked with the rose-tinted glasses. But come to find out, I think a lot of you did realize in time what I'm projecting onto this person is not the reality, and what they're providing for me is not what I actually need. So here's what I see happening. In the past, I don't mean to offend Libra, but I'm getting, you got fooled. Somebody tricked you. It could have been a Pisces, and they didn't treat you well. You know, they quite literally could have treated you like garbage, and I think you were willing to give this person the benefit of the doubt, or maybe they didn't treat you like garbage, but they didn't treat you the way you deserve. So I do say this with love and compassion. I think it took you a long time to see it, to understand the situation at hand. I think you were wanting to see the best in this person. I think the signs were around you that maybe your friends didn't like this person, maybe your siblings, your parents. They were kind of like, I don't know about this guy. And you were like, no, he's a good guy. Or vice versa in the gender. The gender doesn't matter to me. Ultimately, though, long story short, the past is the past. We don't need to, victimize ourselves for it or feel guilty or whatever. Because here's the thing. I think you are hot off the press, Libra. I actually see this going in a very interesting way. So flat out, guys, this is not everybody's reading. So if it fits, fantastic. Take it and run with it. Look for the power of positivity. If it's not your message, it's not your message this time. So here's what I see happening. You got out of a relationship where I think finally you realized someone wasn't treating you well, and you are overcompensating for the lack of love that you experienced or didn't experience, however you want to phrase it, in the past. And it's like you are like a college chick during spring break. That's what I see happening here. And yes, it's funny. We can laugh. We can giggle. I think humor is very important when we're being self-reflexive, right? You know, it doesn't always have to be this serious tone, but I see you like turning the volume up to 11, if you know what I mean. I see you potentially taking some, here's the thing. There's a duality to this message, my Libras, my scales, where in a healthy way, I think you were wanting to experience love and just simply for the matter of enjoying it. Now, by nature, and I don't mean to speak in wild stereotype here, but I'm just going to be honest. Most of my Libra clients, most of my Libras who watch these videos, generally speaking, what they desire is long-term commitment. Is that true for everyone? Absolutely not. Majority, though, I would say Cancers, Libras, Capricorns tend to want long-term. And I know some of you are like, that's not true. My Cancer didn't, my Capricorn didn't, whatever. The point I'm making here is that I think you do really want someone solid and steady, but you are giving off the complete opposite signals, because I almost feel like you have been, in metaphor, like whatever, a cute little puppy dog who's been chained to the fence and you're just waiting and waiting for attention. And all of a sudden somebody sets you free and you are bolting, you are running. Only it's almost like taking candy from strangers. There's an element of danger to it where it's like, I think you've been neglected and lacking strong partnership for so long that you're looking for it to anyone who's dishing it out. And so here's the thing, Libra. I think it is beautiful to celebrate your empowerment, your freedom, your reestablishing your equilibrium in terms of, I feel good about myself and I want a healthy relationship and here I go, I'm going to put myself out there. That in itself is beautiful. I really congratulate you on getting out of a situation that was very negative, very oppressive. But I do want to say that there is almost an element of addiction or overindulgence. And the reason I say this is that I see you hooking up with a lot of people. So if that's what you're looking for, that's awesome. That's fine. I'm very much like a sex positive person. However, there's a couple things happening here. There's an element of performance, because I think some of you know that your ex is peeking in on you. And so I think you want this person to see that you're out there living your best life and you don't give a about them. Congratulations, mission accomplished. Your ex is seeing you do all this, but who's the one who's really suffering? I think there's this idea of, I'm going to go out and I'm going to pose in this photo and do that. And again, celebrate, live my best life. Only it's not coming from a place of doing it for you. It's coming from a place of wanting to show this person of the past, see, I'm doing great without you. And I don't mean to offend, but I do see this message as, at the end of the day, you're making decisions that I think you're going to regret. Ultimately, do you see this card? Obviously, I'm not talking about literal death. I see you having this mentality of, I can't swear in my videos anymore, but quite literally, do you see that? And again, I get that. There's this liberation where it's like, you graduate from high school, you graduate from college, you party, you go hard. And some people do, some people don't. I see the majority of Libras who this is your story, I see you taking it to the edge. I see you being a thrill seeker because you lacked any sort of passion at all for possibly years. And it's like a kid in a candy store. It's like, I want this one and this one and this one. I see you having brief romantic connections, but I don't see anything lasting here because you didn't go through like I don't know if it was the proper timeline of healing. I don't know how much healing you need to do from this. I think you need to look back and understand why you were attracted to this person who wasn't treating you well. That's really what I would direct you to. Because here's the thing, it's different. Some of you are going out there very confident in your abilities and knowing what you want and desire. And again, that's great. But some of you, there's a falsity to this. It's almost like this element of performance. Anybody got Leo in their chart? It's like you're giving the people what they want, but you're robbing yourself of your own integrity. That's really what I see coming through. So of course, please don't be offended. I come at this with love and support, but there's such an element here of, I don't want to use the word revenge. Scorpio, anyone? I'm just kidding. I love my Scorpios. But there's an element of, I'm doing it to prove them wrong. And if this isn't a love relationship reading, though for most of you it is, this could even have to do with something about getting back at the parent who told you you couldn't, or getting back at the coworker or the boss who they tried to impede upon your freedom, and eventually you just had this epiphany of, I don't have to do it that way anymore. I don't have to be that person. Only you're going, I'm sorry for my throat. You're going hard in a very dangerous territory. I don't do fear-based readings. I'm just saying I don't want you to look back and regret this period of your life because you were trying to overcompensate for something you lacked for many years or many months. This really feels like a lot of Libras who got divorced or got out of almost like a 8-year relationship with someone but never got married, where it's like you're free and you're experiencing attention from people where you're actually able to enjoy it and receive it. Only there's a lot of red flags here for me as a reader. I just don't know how else to say it. You develop this oh, well, YOLO mentality. But I think you're cheating yourself of honoring your truth, which is that you are looking for real love. That's why breaking this off took so long or was so hard, because I think you were really trying to see good in that person of the past. And good for you for walking away, because again, for most of you, I see that you already did. So depending on where you are in the storyline, some of you are about to leave and start anew, and that's great. This is a new chapter, this is a new cycle, but what I think universe is trying to get you to see, this gift of newness, this new chapter, this new cycle in your life, it's about honoring you, because that's what you weren't getting in the past. And so if honoring you means going out to the strip club with the girls and, hooking up with the dude and whatever, that's fine. That's your truth. But for how long? Because I see this having a very finite window where it's like, I'm not necessarily endorsing this, but I understand some of you just desperately need to feel anything. Like, I sort of get that, but I guess I'm saying be safe. Make decisions when you're sober. Make sure you're going out with a co-pilot, that you have a girlfriend who knows where you are and where you're at, because I do see you as dancing with the devil a little bit. Because again, it's like you're trying to compensate for time lost. I see you possibly developing some sort of addiction issue. And for some of you, we think of addiction issues as, drugs and substance, and it could be substance abuse. For others of you, it's this need to maintain a superficial performance. It's almost like to keep the Instagram hot. And I know this isn't everybody's story. I know like people in their 60s are like, what are you talking about? But if this is your story, there's an element of superficiality of where I need to make it look like I'm having the best damn time of my life, because I'm disguising. I'm not wanting to deal or face the fact that I went through something that made me really vulnerable and almost sick to my stomach. I think a lot of you, out of guilt, you're having this moment of, why did I stay there so long? Like, if there's guilt and remorse, it more has to do with the fact that I think you guys wish your life had been led on a different timeline. I think you got taken, or you got tricked, or you got fooled, magician energy. And it got you involved in some sort of unhealthy cycle or unhealthy relationship, but now you're free from it. So this is the time to rebuild with strength, with, I'm hearing solidity, maybe, to establish a solid foundation on your own before you start trying to force relationships yet. And again, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just showing you some energy that I'm seeing here that's making me a little bit nervous. So let's throw some more on this. What can I tell my Libras? You're diminishing your value by giving yourself away so freely. And I think a lot of you, it's going to cause, this is so harsh, Libra, so I hope you're not offended by this, but I do see this as spinning out of control in a more like narcissistic way, where you become addicted to the likes. You become addicted to the performance element of what you're doing. It's almost like you like the attention, but it's nothing of substance, which again, it's almost like a drug habit. In the heat of the moment, it's good. You just need your fix. You need the like, you need the post, you need the pick. Long term though, it's going to do terrible things for your self-love, for your confidence. Yeah, there's an illusion about what's going to bring you happiness in the scenario, and that really is the crux of what I'm seeing. Momentarily, instantaneously, I understand why this feels good or why this sounds good. In the long run, you're going to have huge regrets, because you may get involved in a partner who has a very abusive type nature, or a very controlling type nature, or a very, again, narcissistic type nature. If it's not you who's doing that, you're attracting those people. And I do see this happening. A marriage of convenience, or a marriage where money is at the core of what you're seeking. But again, I mean, it's so cliche, but it's like, money doesn't buy happiness. Where did you get that idea? I see people using you in many senses of the word. But here's the thing. Some of you, if this is your story, you're allowing it to happen, even though I think your intuition tells you should be making healthier decisions. Yeah, I'm almost being called to say you need to ground yourself. Quite literally, it's like you're floating up in the air here. You're about to like fall off the cliff here, and it's like, again, it's anything for the gram, anything for the pick. But what does it cost you? It takes a toll on your mental health, your emotional health. This is about pleasing yourself, not others. You need to remove that idea you have where it's always about the other person. Because, ultimately you rule over the seventh house, which is partnership. Before me, it comes the other. It needs to be the reverse here. You need to come first. And I think some of you, that's scary because you've never put yourself first. You've always put someone else before you. And universe is trying to get you to see that is both a beautiful quality in you, but it also leads to your demise. It's also a detriment because you have that initial reaction of them first, then me. Universe is saying, please, can we reverse this? It's almost like being under mind control. You may have been with someone who was very arrogant, very selfish, were you dealing with an Aries or a Leo, right? I'm offending the cross watchers by calling them out here. Yeah, you're rushing in too soon to experience something that you so desperately want, but you're not in a good place to receive it. I hope that makes sense. A lot of you in your hopes and dreams and wishes, even though this person didn't treat you right, especially the Aquarius or the Pisces, possibly a cusper, a Pisces moon or an Aquarius moon even, I don't know. It doesn't matter the zodiac sign. I think deep down, as much as you're wanting to perform on your social media or however this is translating in your life. For all of you, it's not the social media performance. I get that, but that's the best metaphor I can give you if it's not literally that. There's a part of you that still wants that person back because you finally want their approval. I think you were in a relationship where this person treated you really poorly, and it's almost like that revenge element of this is that you finally want the approval that you are worth something, that you are beautiful, that they should have treated you better. Libra, you don't need that seal of approval from them. You need it from yourself. I'm telling you right now, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you deserve love, but it's about so much more than superficial ideas of beauty. It's what's on the inside that counts. I know these are like cheesy things I'm throwing at you, but yeah, for a lot of you, I'm being told you need to distance yourself from the Aquarius, and that could be someone coming in your future who you have a little bit of a booty call with. Just to be clear, I love my Aquarians. I'm talking about one that is very not stable for you. Someone who's, again, very narcissistic, very controlling. You need someone who's going to show you love. And first and foremost, I think you need a relationship, if you're fresh out of something that starts easy, that starts as friendship, not a lot of commitment, but it's solid. It could potentially last. It would comfort you. It would ground you. There's a lot of nervous energy around this too, which may have to do with some sort of substance you're using or not treating your body well. It could be that you're, what is that expression? You're running on empty. If you're not getting any sleep and you're not eating well, if you're taking diet pills or whatever, there's an element of just like this nervous energy where, again, it's like, I gotta get a hit. Only for some of you, that hit, that addiction is seeing the person who doesn't treat you well, but the sex is amazing. You are more than your body type. Does someone need to hear that? You are more than your bank account. Yeah, a lot of you grew up in a family too where you felt like you didn't get enough attention, or especially I don't even know, a mother or a father lacked in giving you love, and so that is a burden you're carrying with you, and that's how you got possibly into this very unhealthy romantic situation of the past, is that you were replaying a karmic cycle of needing someone's approval, valuing yourself based on what the public thinks, when again, it's really about you. I hope this is making sense. This is a tough love reading, Libra. I feel you. So let's move positive. Let's move past that. Also, some of you may literally value the idea of someone who's wealthy. That might be a very important thing to you. So I don't know if it comes from they can buy you gifts or you can just have a comfortable upbringing. That should not be first on your priority list. Of course, you want someone who's employed, who has a job, who's a big boy, who can take care of themselves. Absolutely. When you're putting it's like their yearly income above all the other qualities they bring to a relationship, you're doing it wrong. You're looking at it from the wrong perspective. So what is this coming in? To be honest, this star has to do with healing yourself. Some of you need to get the tattoo removed of the boyfriend or the ex or the girlfriend, the husband. There's a tattoo that reminds you of someone from the past. Or it's saying that could possibly be a situation, again, if you're kind of playing catch up on, it's almost like reliving your youth, but it's like you're well beyond, there's a lack of maturity here that it's fun to participate in, but it's almost like you're coming into the office like a slob and people are like, what's the deal with Libra? You guys are going hard on something because it's it's an escape. It's a very Piscean type illusion energy. It's like it's escapism. You don't want to deal with the fact of the matter, or it's uncomfortable. It's painful, right? So, but you're healing in the exact opposite way that you need to. To be honest, you need to remove yourself from others. Yeah, you meet some new connection in a social situation, possibly a Cancer or an Aquarius, and I think it goes very fast. It's very hot and heavy, and there may even be some sort of thing where you do something that has permanence to it that you should not be doing. So whether that's a tattoo or like even like buying something like a pet at a pet store, just like, come on, let's get a dog. Like I know this sounds absolutely crazy, but this message is consistent throughout. Like this is a bananas message, Libra. So let's move on. So you do see yourself as taking a lot of upcoming risks. And again, there's nothing wrong with that as long as they're healthy, calculated risks. What is the ultimate destination? What is the ultimate goal here? What would you have to sacrifice in order to take this risk? I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying why. You need to ask yourself that. Some of you see yourself as still... Did you hear that ding? Ding, ding. That's important when that happens. Some of you see yourself as still recovering from a very brutal ending with a Scorpio. So you know that. You're acknowledging it here in my tarot cards. So give yourself time to heal. You're not under their mind control anymore. It's time to take back your power. It's time to take back your ownership. But there's this desire of, I just want love from anyone. And the thing is, don't get me wrong, Libra, you have tons of people attracted to you. There's tons of people who are wanting to come in for the right reasons, but I'm getting universe saying, protect your energy. Because not most of these people coming through right now don't deserve it. I'm going to give you another love reading at the end of this, okay? Yeah, move on from the toxic behaviors because you're going to do something that you regret. There could even be something about like STDs or pregnancy or something that, again, just this quick, innocent decision you made when you were a little tipsy, it affects you long term. So I'm just telling you, Libra, be very cognizant of this. It's like this freedom parade or this freedom march, only it's like, I can't even describe it as that because that denotes like there's order and there's purpose to it. This is just like somebody blows a whistle and it's like every man for itself. It's like hide and go seek or something. I don't even know what this is, but it's a lot. Ultimately, what is the main message here if you haven't gotten it already? Love yourself. Celebrate yourself. You don't need anybody else's praise or adoration other than yours. You need to do right by you. And if that means being in seclusion for 3 months until you learn to love yourself, that's what you need to do. Some of you can heal from this in a few weeks, maybe in a month or so. That's fine too. It's saying when you're ready to love again, by all means, you have tons of love to give, but you've been neglecting giving it to yourself because of the, again, illusion that was sort of, I am sort of getting like mind control of a person of the past. You deserve love, even though possibly many people in your life told you that you didn't, Libra. That's not your story anymore. We're moving away. We're hitting reset. This is a brand new story. This is a brand new chapter. So start it strong. Be the protagonist. Don't be the antagonist. I see you being the antagonist of your own life. You have the devil twice. Like, enough said, right? Even if you are dealing with a Capricorn, you're dealing with a low vibing one. So a lot of you should focus more on your work right now, on your prosperity, on your money. And I don't mean that in a materialistic way. I just mean that you have some sort of kick-ass idea that could make you a lot of money. And I actually am seeing in clothing and beauty products. So, take that with a grain of salt. Which again, it makes sense though. I'm not saying you can't enjoy the idea of, fun and dress up and those typical Libra Venus things, arts, creativity, beautification. Yes, that's ingrained in you as a Libra, right? But I think you're being asked to be your own boss, not rely on the financial gifts of others. It's like you need to establish your own stability, especially in your bank account. Yeah, that's very important. Focus on your work. All right, so let's connect with a new group of Libras. I have to remember to timestamp this because I know that one was very specific, Libra, but oh my goodness, I'm a little bit worried about you guys. Be real careful. Let's pull an oracle card on that, actually. Why is my oracle card not here? Is this a sign? Is it behind me? I've been using the same deck for all these readings. Why don't I see it? Give me a second, please. Oh, there they are. Okay. Home. Some of you need to go home. Go home. What does that mean to you? Is it returning to someone who is very nurturing and very kind to you? Where do you feel at home in your own skin? Where you can wear your sweatpants and a ponytail and no makeup and just be you in your comfy clothes. That's the person who's going to feel like home to you. Again, it has nothing to do with superficial appearances, Libra. Just be really cognizant of that. And I'm not saying you all are doing the whole like spring break thing, but there's an element of this that may apply in your career life, or this, again, the idea of people pleasing, give them what they want, but it takes a toll on you in a shadow side type of way. Just be cognizant of that. Inner child. Oh, Libra, my whole heart. Card 16, there was a tower moment in your childhood that led you up until this point, because this is your time of awakening. This is the time for you to clear your family karma, your ancestral baggage, however you want to say it. And self-love, look at that, 2 and 4. It's almost like you've been trying to solve your lack of self-love with the Lover's card number 6, possibly a Gemini, possibly a male Gemini too, for that matter. It's about loving yourself and putting yourself first. And then dreams. Yeah, to me, it's like you need to sleep better. You need to treat your body better. You need to recalibrate what your goals in life are right now, because I see you going very hard in what could be a very toxic direction, or again, a misstep that could lead to something much bigger, even though it wasn't necessarily done with intentions to whatever. But I could see something backfiring very quickly that was done in a very innocent way. This needs to be your motto for the coming month or two. Self-love. Is it self-serving in a good way? This is the time to be self-serving. Relationships will come and go. Like, you're Libra, there's always going to be people knocking at your door, but wait for the right one. Like, don't take, I want to use a terrible word, but don't take this effer back. Do you understand what I mean? This guy's got nothing to offer you, Libra. I know, he's sexy, he's chill, he's cool, he's this, he's that, but there's no integrity there. There's no substance there. Yeah, he's quite literally, it's going to break your heart. 3 of Swords, going to break your heart and leave you in this head game thing, which you just got yourself out of. So heal from that cycle. Take away the lessons, but don't repeat the same storyline that you've already lived through. You did it. It's done. New. Out with the old, in with the new. All right, let's get one more love reading for Libra. All right, so let's refocus. Let's connect with a new group of Libras. Let's talk about potential avenues they should look for in their love life when they are ready. So I'm not going to put a timestamp on this, because clearly some of you got some stuff to work out, and that's fine. That's why we're here. You know, tarot is all about being introspective and healing our own wounds. So if for my Libras who are ready for love and have already done their healing work, if that was just bringing up a past issue, those who are ready for good love, whether that's short-term or long-term, what can we tell Libra? The Fool. All right. Possibly Aquarius or possibly Aries energy. Some of you just need to buy a pet. You need to buy a dog. You need to have a little companion. That would be very good for your emotional and mental health to have a dog. I am seeing the Empress at the bottom of the deck, so Taurus and Libra energy. It could be that you and a Taurus may end up together, a new one. Some of you may be entering into a new cycle of motherhood. So if you are in a committed partnership now, it's possible that you guys may be discussing the idea of having children or taking it to the next level, if that means moving in together or engagement, whatever. All right, so let's see. We have 3 of Cups, a reason to celebrate. There's important news. There's an announcement. Again, potentially with an Aries, especially for same-sex couples, especially my females out there. Yeah, there's important announcements about a victory. It could be some sort of promotion at work. Yes, something where you've garnered attention for your hard work and skills and dedication. I'm literally hearing the word for being thrifty. You may have found a way to save the company a bunch of money, or found a way to like delegate some sort of responsibility where you're saving a lot of money or resources. And yeah, it's something about you're recognized as a very strong asset. You're recognized as a very strong contributor. So I have to be honest, this very likely feels like something that occurs in your work life where you accomplished something really great and you had great courage to do it and a stick-to-itiveness to see it through to the end, and there's victory that awaits you. If you're interested in a female fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sag, again, especially an Aries or a Leo, I see that as being either a brand new start, something fresh and exciting, or potentially if you guys are dating, I see you locking it down to more of a committed, exclusive relationship. Others of you have a teenage daughter who needs your attention, or I'm not even going to say teenage, a daughter of any age that they need more guidance from you. They need a little bit more encouragement. They need a little bit more nourishment. They need a little bit more of your love and attention. I really see that. That's important. Something about a daughter. If it's not a daughter, it could be a younger sister, but it's a female energy who's younger than you. So it could be your niece. It could be your cousin, right? Because here's the thing, I think if that first story, now if you skipped ahead, this won't make sense, but that first story we told about someone going down a very dangerous road, that if that wasn't you, that could be someone in your life, even if it's your friend or your friend's daughter, or again, your niece, your cousin. So if that isn't you, your wisdom and guidance may be needed for that person who's, again, it's sort of like they're about to fall off the edge. They're about to make a poor decision out of impulse because they're struggling with their identity, because they're struggling with their self-love. Again, the ding. Do you hear how that's important? And this could also indicate that they may have something about, I'm hearing the word gender. So the idea of maybe coming out of the closet or doing something transformational about their identity is coming through. So that could be you, Libra, but it's more than likely either, again, a daughter or a cousin or a sister or it could even be a brother, right? There's something about someone's confused about their identity and they have very dark thoughts, but it's saying you could intercept this and bring shed a bunch of light and warmth and again, Venus energy, a bunch of love that this person is lacking right now. You would be like a godsend to them. That's a really beautiful message. I'm into that. All right, so then others of you, I see you dating around. I think there's a fire sign interested in you, an Aries, Leo, Sag. But you may be torn between two, especially two fire signs. I see an Aries and a Leo who might be fighting for your attention. The Leo has the potential to be a little bit oppressive or aggressive. I really get good vibes from the Aries here. And again, you might be dealing with multiple Aries or multiple Leos. So, you know, you have to take what fits for your scenario. Tell me about the victory. Some of you are going to be a bridesmaid at a wedding in the future, and you may meet someone there. You may connect with someone there. You may bring someone who you're casually dating to a wedding, and I'm sort of getting you may end up falling in love with them because you're in the space that's, you know, celebrating love and partnership and couples, and it's almost like romance is in the air. And if you bring your date or someone as your wedding date, I don't know, something about the relationship becomes more solid in that environment. Interesting. So some of you may reconnect with a person from your past. I'm almost getting someone either you put in the friend zone or someone who quite literally has just always been a platonic friend. It could be a Gemini, but I see you guys like bumping into each other or reconnecting, you know, via social media or something. It could also be a Leo. Some of you are moving in with a Gemini. And they're a catch. This person from the past who I think you know, but I'm not sure you were ever romantically involved with, they're a catch. Yeah, there might be some, you may get some like DM or message via Instagram or a text. I don't know if it would be a letter. Oh, maybe it's a Christmas card. Some of you may be getting a letter in the mail or some sort of form of communication from somebody you haven't heard with in a long time. And I'm sort of getting, if you were to reread it, there may be an element of flirtation in it. So I guess that's just something for you to think about. This seems pretty good, but I have to be honest, for most of you, this is new-ish. Again, I do see you moving in with a Gemini or maybe a Leo, if that makes sense for you. Especially if you guys have been renting and if you guys both have like roommates or housemates, I see you guys coming together and having like your own private space. Okay. All right, Libra. Did I call you Leo earlier? I hope I didn't. It's because you had a Leo card. If I did, I apologize. That's what I got for you. Yeah. I was going to read you another message, but I'm just going to let it lie. Thank you for tuning in. I do want you to offer me your constructive criticism, if you feel so inclined, about me pulling the cards in advance off camera. I feel like it saves a lot of time, so rather than we start the video and then you have to see me shuffle and take them out, I can do that. I'm happy to do that. I just feel like it wastes a lot of time, and generally speaking, I think people like to, jump right into the reading. So if you're cool with it, I might try doing that moving forward. But if you have a very strong opinion on it, again, in a kind way, let me know what you think of that new method. Other than that, happy holidays. I will see you very soon for Little Sips Mini Love Tarot. Bye, Libra.